we're gonna do a deep dish stuffed potato with brisket. I have a tray with my bacon liner. You can use a wire metal rack. This is literally my baking pan, and I lined it with little foil so it's easier to clean. You just want a slotted surface so you can bake your bacon and the fat drips away. So we're gonna bake our bacon. The oven's still nice and hot from roasting and cooling our potatoes. I dialed it back. I roasted the potatoes at 425, 425 rack at center. I dialed it back a hair, 375, 400, to bake our bacon until crisp. You don't have to turn it. I wrapped and roasted our scrubbed potatoes because I eat the skin too. It's filled with great nutrients. I wrapped and roasted the potatoes for a solid hour. These are big russet potatoes. I scrub the skin, as I said, because I eat it. And I season the skins with salt and pepper and a little spray of canola or olive oil from non-aerosol spray oil container, really lightly. Then I scoop them out. And as you can see, I lightly toast them again in the oven. So now we have our boats and our tops. Don't throw these away. These are delicious. We'll just put a little cheese on these, but we're gonna deep stuff the rest of the gang here. I have 5 potatoes because I had 5 big boys. Normally I make 4sies because I only cook for 2 to 4 people. Okay, so over here I have the insides. I scooped out the insides of our roasted potatoes. As soon as they were cool enough to handle, the potatoes are still a little warm, okay? A little warm to the touch. I mash them up at about a half a cup, maybe 2/3, I don't really measure. Warm milk and a couple good-sized pats of butter. We're gonna use some sour cream or creme fraiche, about 1/3 to a half cup. And I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of prepared horseradish and a good solid 1/4 cup of scallion, a little salt and pepper in there. So we're gonna mix in our sour cream and our scallions. I used beef bone broth, about a half a cup, and about, a 1/4 cup to 1/3 of a cup of something to flavor it. Now, this is like a very basic barbecue base. All you have to do is melt a few tablespoons each of light brown sugar and cider vinegar together. Then add a little tomato puree, tomato sauce or tomato ketchup, and some Worcestershire sauce, and you have the building blocks of a barbecue base. And then I add cayenne pepper sauce for heat. So it's tomatoey and peppery. You can use any store-bought sauce you like. And you can use just broth if you want these to be very mild. And you just put that in there and let it heat through a little bit. Why are we doing that? To moisten it up, because obviously this is leftover. To give it a little extra flavor in this case, because we did add an extra sauce. And to keep the oven time down to a limit, because those taters are still warm. So now we're gonna take our tray, which is still warm, with our lightly browned empty boats, our potato skin boats. And you can do this potatoes first, beef on top, or vice versa. Beef on the bottom, potatoes on top. Really up to you. So we'll do a little mix up here. We'll do potatoes on the bottom for a couple and beef on top. And we'll do beef on the bottom for a couple, just to mix it up. The lids, as I said, the skins, these things, right? We're not deep frying, we're just baking them along. We're gonna serve those too, but just with cheese up on top, kind of like potato nacho. So our first 2 deep dish with our horseradish potatoes, we're gonna top with some brisket. And then we're gonna fill a couple of those deep dish boats with brisket and top them with potato. Okay, now we're gonna top our super stuffers with some shredded cheddar. And we're gonna put some cheddar on our empty skins. Get the taters in and let the cheese melt and the potatoes heat back through. Those are some deep dish potatoes. Okay, now we're gonna go to topping town. In we go with our, it's a shame to call these bacon bits, our bacon bites, I guess you call them. Bacon bites and our scallions. Got some pickled jalapenos going on.